Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Karan Jain, and I'm here with my friend Ollie Platt. And today, the purpose is to introduce you to the NayaOne platform. We're a digital transformation platform that helps banks and insurance companies accelerate their digital transformation. And how we do that is by leveraging the fintech ecosystem and giving you state-of-the-art product development tools. We all know digital transformation is important. We all know it's on our CEOs' agendas. We also know that it takes forever to get through. We also know that the market is shifting from buy versus build, is more tiered towards buying. So that's all good. That's how we accelerate. But when we go to buy a particular solution, we find how long it takes. It takes 6 to 9 months by the time we find the vendor we want to work with. And by the time we onboard them into our organizations, by the time we run a proof of concept, you get the drill. We're at 9-month mark, but your transformation timelines are still running. So for today, we're going to do two things. I'm going to introduce you to the platform. Also, Ollie and I are going to take you through a journey where, as we get to the demo, we'll show you how a customer of ours would use the platform to build a deposit-building product, leveraging the fintech ecosystem. What you've got there is the marketplace. The platform has 4 different components. First one is the marketplace, where you've got 220 different technology providers that are available. They're not a listing. They're directly integrated into the platform. You've got the marketplace with data sets, where you've got synthetic and public data sets available to help you build those products used by regulators, industry banks, and scale-ups and fintechs. You've got secure environments, where you would pull these things into to start building those products. And you've got the orchestration workflow and a bit of a bird's eye view where you can see what's happening in your department and your organization. Okay, so without further ado, Ollie, I was talking to a customer last week and they want to put out a deposit building product. How would they use the platform to do that?
Okay, so if we want to build a deposit type product, the first thing we're going to want is some type of savings solution to encourage our existing customer base to put more savings into us. So let's search the platform for savings type solutions. Okay, so we instantly fall upon a whole range of different solutions that might be able to help us. Let's kind of, for sake of argument, have a look at Envisage. We can see, as we look at Envisage, that their use cases match the exact kind of deposit building use case we were after. And as we look further down, we can see that their existing customer base is very closely aligned to ourselves. So there's now very low risk of going forward with Envisage. The second part we might want to have a look at, if we're building a deposit building solution, is an open banking tech. We want to become the ultimate deposit solution. We want to bring transactions in from all of the other bank accounts our customer has. So we can go on to open banking, and we can see the likes of Yapily are here. And as Karen mentioned, we've got documentation in here. And this means that we're connecting actually via the APIs to these providers via this single API key.
Thank you. So you've got the vendors identified. How would I leverage the data sets?
Yeah, so because we're dealing with a retail proposition in this circumstance, let's think about the key data sets that are important for that. So there'd be individuals, their accounts, and their transactions. Those are really the 4 key pillars. So we could come into the platform, we could search for individuals, if I can spell, and we could open up one of these data sets. Now we can straight away start to see if this data is going to match our production data. Is it going to be a real test that's going to test to see if this product's going to work in production? Okay,
so what you've done so far is basically taken us through the marketplace where you've got the tech vendors and you've got us into a couple of vendors that could be good to build out the deposit building product. And you've looked at the marketplace of data sets and you've seen what data sets that could help the customer build these out. So once, and just to point out, the customer has not onboarded any of these companies into their organization, that being the key point. That being the key point of rapid prototyping and running a proof of concept and getting product to market much, much faster. So once you've got the vendors, you've got the data sets, how do you pull it all together, Ollie?
Okay, so we have a range of secure environments. This is an example of one. In here, we can kind of see that we've got access to the data. We can pull that straight into the secure environment. And if we were to go back to Envisage, who we had a quick look at earlier, we can actually even copy their API, onboard them straight into this secure environment, and use their API. Yapily is also in here with their API. So at this point, we've got 2 tech providers. We've got data all in a single secure environment, and we can actually start building our product in minutes.
Okay, so you're going a little bit too fast for me, but let me just break it down. We had a use case where we wanted to build a deposit builder customer journey. You were able to help me find vendors that could help me do that. You provided me with synthetic data that I could leverage to build that product out. You're able to bring my product innovation and tech teams together. You didn't have to onboard the vendors into the organization until you're 100% sure you want to make a purchase decision. Typically, when a bank or an insurance company is trying to do this in the market, how long do you think that takes them to get to that proof of concept?
At this point, we're probably talking about 9 months plus to have reached this kind of point.
And when our customers are trying to do this, what's the average do you think it takes?
Yeah, so once you've actually engaged the vendors and brought them in, you're probably talking about a few weeks, maybe 4 to 6 weeks at most.
Okay, so you can get to a proof of concept, a rapid prototype in 6 to 7 weeks, let's say. Let's factor in a little bit of meeting time and the labs time, to a concept and ready to make a purchase decision in 6 to 7 weeks, as compared to 6 to 9 months, which you're able to get much better customer propositions, revenue propositions to the market, and not chew into your transformation timeline. Okay, cool. And just to conclude, we've got the dashboard, which basically gives you a view in terms of what's happening in your department, what's happening at your team level, what's happening at your organizational level. It also helps you identify if there's any bottlenecks. Basically, if it moves on the platform, we're able to track it, and you're able to customize this dashboard to get that visibility and also to structure it. If you scroll down, Ollie, you'll see, you guys will see the number of projects that are going on. Embedded finance, open banking, digital assets, and many more scenarios, fin crime. And thank you for your time and attention today. We're by there.